This particular facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
But we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs. It's our ethanol extraction process. Welcome to Cocoa Labs.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
Boy, what is up, people?
Whoa, hello, everyone.
What's happening? What's happening? Happy Tuesday.
What's going on?
I hope everybody had a lifted day.
Got some guests in the house.
Got some guests in the house.
Yeah, and they brought gifts.
I am actually very excited. Hold on just 1 second. I'm actually very excited because we're going to learn something. I'm going to learn something right here on our dab in. Uncle Stoner's here, and he is going to teach me how to do a cold start dab, correct?
And I'm going to do my cold start dab with my e-nail.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, correct. Because back in the day when we first started smoking extract, I mean, we just heated it up, barely let it cool off, and then boom.
Right.
And oh my God.
Harsh.
A little harsh. We got some terpenes, but no, not the right way.
Right.
Now, I love cold starts because you can't go wrong with
Goodness
them.
gracious.
You know,
Let's bring up Cam 2 real quick for us, Dave.
and of course, I brought my little doghouse custom rig here, my little Uncle Stoner rig.
Oh, dude, that is awesome. Show that rig off.
It's a beautiful rig. It's
Yeah.
a chugger too. It hits great. You know what I mean?
So where did you get that?
Doghouse Glass created this for me. I have like, what, 3 or 4 custom ones from him. This is one of the last ones I had him make. I just told him,
beautiful, man.
I said, hey, he asked me, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, just go wild, Bob. Whatever you want to make. I know
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy with it.
Yep.
This
And this is what he created for me.
Let your creativity flow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that with artists.
All right, so how do we
That's
do
the
this
best
cool
stuff.
First
dab?
Best stuff.
I'm going to do like this. See, yep.
Uh-huh.
2, 3, 4. See how it's melting there? All right, now hit that real quick.
Okay.
You're just getting the initial terpenes, just a
Yeah.
little low heat terpenes.
Now, this
which
is
are
my
actually-
medicine, so.
Which is gonna open up them receptors.
It's all
They get your
CBD.
receptors
I
and
swear.
stuff, we'd open up, and that's
Okay.
what it is. It's
Fine,
not
as
just
you
the
know.
THC,
And that's some
it's the
tasty.
terpenes and everything that
Yeah.
actually give you that good feeling.
Absolutely.
Opens
It's-
the mind,
You
body,
can
and
definitely
spirit.
taste it a lot more.
All right, now let's heat it up for,
Wow.
all right, now hit it again.
That's it.
And
Now you're looking at the bubbles, bro. Right? You're
yeah,
looking at
look
the
at the bubbles,
You're
I'm looking
watching.
out, plus I'm counting. I'm
Okay.
counting, because I know.
Oh, wow.
I know that.
See, he makes it
and you
look
can probably
easy.
get one more
Yeah,
little,
but there's
one
a
more little
learning
one.
curve.
You probably get one more little one off there.
Guarantee you there's a
Probably
learning
a little-
curve.
just a
man.
little
And
bit.
patience.
It's
Right.
called 10,000 hours, okay? You know
Now,
that.
now it's starting. You notice the flavor starting to change a little.
Yeah.
10,000 hours of dabbing right here.
You gotta waste it to taste
Yeah.
it.
You brought your certification, right? Your 10,000 hour dab certification.
And each time we heat it up, he's getting different terpene profiles and flavors and stuff.
Now the bigger hits are coming in.
Now the bigger ribs are coming in. Now this next one, I'm gonna heat it up one more time. But what I'm gonna have you, I want you to blow it out the nose. Okay. On this next one, if you can, try and blow it out the nose. Watch and you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll
See
see
if you can just
because it'll
blow
open,
it out
it'll
the
go through
nose.
those, open up them capillarity, and you're really gonna feel it. All right, there you
In
go.
case you guys didn't know, Bobby West here, Uncle Stoner, the squash master. This cat is like okay, if dabbing was a religion, I said it earlier
Wow.
today. If dabbing was religion,
Now there's the last one.
Bobby West is a god.
He knows his
All
stuff.
right, now you're gonna get
Yes,
a really. This
think
is
he's
gonna be a
read the Bible.
big,
We're not
big,
worthy.
Oh,
big.
Okay, so
Big
enough
it.
of the crazy fan.
Now
All
it's
right,
gonna-
that's as far as I'll take it.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
woo! That was a good one.
And you
Nice,
can actually get a
man.
little bit more from that, just a little bit more.
Yeah, don't stop, Zach.
It's-
He'll be
It's probably barely. Now you
He'll be
probably it doesn't
catatonic
take.
over
You
here
don't really
before
taste the burnt yet, right?
No.
Yeah.
So we could go one more, but
I know.
Right.
I know
Oh, yeah.
you're.
That was a good
I can see
dabbing.
your eyes.
I'm crying.
Your eyes like this, the red and crying. So yeah.
That was
I have to
good.
inhale
Nice.
it.
I'm good right now.
Okay.
But luckily, we got a word from our sponsors coming up,
He's
and I can
about to
breathe.
fucking pass out. Yeah, let's go for a word from our
This is-
sponsors here.
Live
We'll be right back.
resin.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
What's up? We're
Yabba
back.
dabba do.
Welcome
I'm taking
back.
a note from Uncle Stoner, and I'm gonna if
Put
you
a
don't
big fat
waste
dab
it, you
in
don't
there?
taste it.
Half
Oh,
gram
man.
dab. Doing a half gram dab there.
I'm gonna do a half gram dab. So
I will say,
I'm gonna kill myself right here on the show.
oh,
Now you
bring
got
up the
that
camera too.
And you got that, what, 400 temperature, I think you said?
400, yeah.
400. That's the other thing. Back in the day, we used to sit there and turn them things up to 650, 7, because we didn't know any better. And that's said, as this plant gets more freedom, our knowledge,
All right.
we can, and to study this and learn how to get the proper terpene and stuff, we're able to do that now.
Right.
You know?
Ooh, that's beautiful, man. That does. You know what? That is a way better flavor when you go deep like that. That is way, way better. See, we don't sit up here like we know everything.
Yeah.
So we're you know, one thing you have to be is you have to be open to being taught. You know, you can't act like you know everything. And when we get somebody in here with the knowledge like Bobby here, man, we are all about show us what we don't know, man. Show us what we don't know. And
That has been kind of my role on the show the whole time. Is I don't know anything, and I've been learning it all. I mean, so it just kind of fits.
You know,
but-
Hey, y'all know what you do know is how to make a video.
yeah, I can
That
make a video.
commercial.
yeah,
really
man.
cool,
but
man.
you didn't know.
No, I didn't know.
No,
I
no,
learned.
no,
started
but you have
this.
come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, I was
My God,
glad-
we're going to get just as good at dabbing. I
Right?
think.
Oh, for sure.
I was
left in
blessed
there,
when
I
I went
guess.
over to Amsterdam. You know, that's where I learned a lot of my knowledge, and that's when I got introduced more into the cannabis scene and arena. But I was blessed with people like Ben Dronker from Cincy Seeds, Soma, Mila, a lot of these other people, Mr. Hayes, a lot of that took me under the wing and treated me with good love and kindness and taught me a lot of things about cannabis and life. You know, and that's the thing. You never start learning on both accounts,
Right,
on
right.
life and on cannabis. There's so much stuff that we have not explored with this cannabis,
And
and
the-
there's so much stuff that I don't know that other people can still teach me.
And the only fool is an unteachable person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as you remain teachable, you'll always be growing in the understanding and the knowledge. So, you know, but you know, okay, so
Well, that's why I
We-
started Squash Off. You know,
yeah,
my
and
life
that's
on
why
it.
I just wanted to talk about that, man. You read my
you go.
mind, brother.
I read you. I knew.
Because I was
I knew you
like, I
about
was
to
just
lead
about
right
to
into
say,
that.
hey, man, I need to talk
Little
about
off still.
what I want to know. Okay, and you guys obviously
There we go.
are a team. Okay,
I try.
and
Yeah.
you don't have one without the other because
Oh,
you know,
there's-
and yeah, you're Uncle Stoner up front, but I guarantee you, I see the dynamics, man. And
Yeah, it-
this right here. You couldn't do what you do without her, and you've
No.
made that very clear.
Oh, I know that. And-
Okay, what was y'all's inspiration? What is the inspiration behind what you do? Because we had you over, you put on a fucking hell of a show
Oh, that was epic.
and a hell of a competition. We loved it. It was beautiful, and we're going to do it again next year. Can't wait. And I'm just going, okay, this, and I've creeped your profile, bro. I've looked up you. I checked you out to see who you are, and I'm like, okay, this cat is real. He is OG, man. This guy, he's been doing what he loves in the cannabis scene for a long time out in the open, man, which is something that, you know, I lived stuck in a basement for years, scared that if anybody knew what I did, I'd be in prison, my kids would be gone, and that was a hell of a way to live, okay? But, bro, you were able to be out there in the places, and so what was your inspiration with Squash Off, man?
Education and people learning the true knowledge and being able to sit there and understand why one flower is better than the other and what makes it high quality. Because unfortunately, some of these events that they've had going on in the past, the people that won shouldn't quite. Some of them shouldn't have won, in my opinion, and other judges.
In our judging opinion.
In our judging opinion.
Right.
And I think that's dishonest to a consumer and to a person that put a lot of love and effort and energy into that.
So you wanted
presenting.
to bring a purity to the,
Purity,
the sport. Is what
yeah.
it is. It's
And
a
I
sport.
wanted people to be able to understand and what goes in behind judging, what us judges do behind closed doors when we
Okay.
do have to do it behind
Right,
closed
right.
doors. And I wanted to give the competitors a chance to understand what they're doing right and what they can do better.
Right. Okay.
Because a lot of when I have these competitions, a lot of they just hand it in. They wait 2 to 3 days and I hope they hear their
Right,
number.
Right. Just like a
Their
barbecue.
name.
It's like
Yeah,
a barbecue
yeah, yeah.
competition, man.
And that's unfair. So with ours, we give the competitors their number. Only rule is if you go up and walk or talk to the judges, you're disqualified. But we want them to be able to listen and hear everything the judges say about their entry.
Sure.
So if they're doing great, that's awesome. They want it. They need
Right.
to. People need to hear that. If they need to do better, they need to hear that too.
Right.
They might not
'Cause
like it.
They may not like
but
it,
they'll
but
thank us at the
yeah.
end.
Right.
Sure.
You know, because this plant and it's like a fine wine.
Uh-oh.
It's giveaway time.
That's
Oh,
giveaway
giveaway time. Hey,
So-
there you go.
Oh.
We
Thought I
have-
said the magic word.
That's top shelf trivia time.
All right.
Yeah, we have a trivia question.
Yeah, and so we're going to give away some genetics.
Yep. What do we got for a trivia question?
That's for genetics.
What
Right,
street
Deb's like,
is
what
the
beans?
top secret cannabis party being held on? So
Well,
we'll talk about it during
We
our
talked
smoke
about it
session.
during our smoke session.
Yes. So
There's a page.
Yep.
If you need to go look it up. So, what street is the top secret cannabis party being held on May 28th,
May 28th.
Memorial
Saturday.
Day weekend? So, first one with the answer gets some blueberry Kush.
Yep.
But if they give it away, it's not gonna be a top secret though, right?
Oh,
Not now, it
we
is.
talked
Not
about it on
now.
the
Okay.
smoke
See,
section.
I missed
So-
that. I wasn't here, so
So
you already
it
blew the
was-
secret.
Now, yeah.
Is the secret party here?
No,
in
no, no.
Kansas City?
Oh yeah, it's
Missouri?
in Liberty, right
Liberty.
up the street.
Liberty.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, don't
top
give out all
secret,
that.
top secret is just the name.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
what
Liberty.
we-
651 East Liberty
Not very
Street.
secret.
Who we got for the winner? Anita
Thompson. Dragoo.
Nice, congratulations.
All right.
All right, you like the way I said that, Anita? Dragoo.
Congratulations. What kind of
She was
what
hard.
kind of genetics?
Blueberry Kush.
Blueberry
Blueberry
Kush,
Kush.
AOD.
That
You know-
is DJ Shorts.
Yes.
Oh, we
Great
love
guy.
DJ.
Love DJ. DJ is
Yeah.
a great guy. His wife, Susie, is it, what is it, Susie? Or Dawn. Dawn, his girlfriend, Dawn, both. You talk about partnerships. Them guys are great
Yeah,
people together
right.
and stuff. He's a great guy. I mean, he had a chance here where he could screw a lot of growers out there, and he turned it down.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
him
yeah.
selling his genetics to
Oh, yeah.
certain
Oh, dude.
Monsanto.
I
Yeah, if
mean,
he would have
dude.
stole his genetics to that company,
Yeah.
anybody, anything that had blueberry
Well,
in
he
it or
would've-
anything, they
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could, and he would have been rich.
Oh, rich as hell.
And he turned
Rich.
it down,
I mean,
so
he's
that's
already
it.
rich, but he would have.
That's
And
integrity, right?
that's fucking integrity.
That's integrity.
And a lot of the old school OGs, they have
Yeah.
that. And a
So-
lot of these new kids and stuff, they're
They're just
learning.
throwing
but-
stuff together.
They're
you
learning,
know,
but
yeah.
they're throwing, but a lot of times they forget about who got them to where they're at. You know, there's a lot of people that did prison times,
Yes.
push that envelope instead of standing there at that barrier.
Right.
They walk through that barrier
Yeah.
because if you stand
Yeah,
there
yeah.
at that barrier, what's going to happen? He's going to stay there, or it's going to keep on going this way, pushing you back.
Absolutely.
So we need people like him to push that barrier and
Right.
change it, and change
Yeah.
how this plant is and how it's seen around
Absolutely.
the world. Plain and
Break
simple.
the stigma.
Break the stigma. Yeah.
And we did that when we invited you down to
Yeah.
this downtown
That
Kansas
was
City,
downtown,
Missouri.
man. That was-
In the streets,
in the
in the open,
You know what? Instead of let's
smoking weed.
we should reminisce it on
Yeah,
it
let's watch.
together. Let's watch the video.
Oh hell yeah! There you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
Zach,
Yeah.
you know Zach put together a video.
Oh, yeah, I gotta put a video
He's
together.
been
for
in the
everybody.
Crazy
lab.
how many
Zach's
people
been in
came
the lab
out.
again.
I know
Yeah.
next year it's gonna be double or triple.
Oh, yeah.
I bet. Once they start seeing all these
Yeah.
videos and seeing the time that people had.
Yeah.
Throw that video up, guys.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Is this not an amazing event? I mean, come on. Missouri, can anybody think they can actually be here freely doing this? I mean, great progress, but we got a long way to go still. And it's people like Vern that sits there and go past that barrier, throw this event, that keeps it going. So hey, let's get the squash off going. Kevin Smith.
All right, Kevin Smith.
It's a lot of different numbers because there can only be one winner.
Only one.
Double D. Fairfield Garden. Orange cookie. Orange cookie. Double D. Double D with the orange
I
cookie.
did bring all that.
All right, that was Double D right there who took home the cup,
Yes.
and yeah, that was just a great time. You know, it was a great time.
I always, a month up to the event, you guys are the show me state. So I kept on saying, show me what you got. I'm very impressed.
Brother,
we were both impressed what was presented.
They brought it,
Yeah,
didn't
they
they?
brought it. I can't wait till next year, especially with what you guys got going on, too,
What do we got going on?
Well, aren't you guys doing some kind of contest or something
Oh,
like that?
yeah, so now you're gonna bust us out right now.
I'm
right?
sorry, man.
So, yeah, we're gonna do a competition here. We're gonna announce it tonight on the show.
Yep.
And we're gonna be talking about it a little bit later. But we are going to put on the first annual Artisan of Dank Growers Competition.
Yep.
So and we've got some great prizes. I'll just throw out some prizes here. So first place, $500 plus some various prizes. Second place is going to be $250 cash plus some other prizes, and then third place is $50 cash plus some other prizes. They're going to grow blueberry kush. We're going to provide all the genetics, and I'm going to post all the rules and all the everything.
We have a timeline, everything.
We've got the timeline down. You're going to have to, you have till June 1st or July 1st to be have your entries in.
Yep.
And so we're just announcing it tonight, and you know how we are. We'll get the shit up online when we get it up there. A few days or a week or whatever when we get time to do it. So thankfully we have an awesome person that's helping with this stuff now, who actually is probably the key to why our event was so damn successful.
Man.
So
The major component of why our
And I hope we didn't have to
shout out to Jessica and Dave Stevens.
For sure.
And I'll just go on board and just say Jessica Stevens
she's the
toed
man.
the line.
She is the fucking man.
She's the man.
Yeah.
She's the person.
Yes.
Well, how about this?
She
The
is
first place winner.
Stevenson. I'm sorry. Anyway. I pressed off some rosin.
You gotta
my
bring
new
my
press today. So I've been testing it.
Yeah.
So anyway, man. So we're going to be putting on this competition, and also what I didn't say was that Uncle Stoner here has decided that the first place winner of the grow competition, he's going to sponsor in the squash off next year at the B420.
So they get it. So whoever wins his contest automatically gets entry into our competition.
Yeah,
So whoever
yeah.
enters our competition will already be going against someone that's a proven grower.
Absolutely.
A prize worth
And
far
so-
more
and-
than
And a
cash.
great prize.
The
And-
squish is going to be part of our judging too. So
Yeah,
basically, we're going to give you a package. You're going to send the finished product. Part of it's going to go off to the lab, and part of it's going to go to
A panel.
the North Pole.
Yeah.
And where Santa and his elves are going to test it, and they're going to squish it, and
Review
they're
it.
going to see, because the deadline to have your grow in this. So I have to say this: the deadline to have your grow in and sent to the North Pole is December 15th.
Yeah.
And Santa and his elves, we've already gotten.
They have a
Santa-
lab, right? Up
Yeah,
there.
they have a
at the
lab
North
up
Pole.
there.
Full.
And they're
Yeah.
going to squish, and they're going to do
Right.
That's gonna be some happy
beer
elves.
on the squish, and then they're going to, they're going, because everything's legal at the North Pole.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They're
going
gonna taste it.
They're going
They're
to
gonna
do all that, and it's a whole
do
panel of
magic
elf
up
judges
there.
that's going to do the testing, and so this is
Exactly.
a real thing here. So and we're going to give prizes. We're going to have a party
Yes.
on New
big-
Year's Eve.
A big New Year's Eve party.
Top Shelf New Year's Eve party this year. So we're throwing that out there, and we're going to do the prizes, announcements, and giveaways there. And so so
And Brad, yes, they are very happy elves.
they're very
They're gonna
happy
be
elves.
stunned.
Very
Oh,
happy.
they're
Singing all
the happiest elves.
they're gonna need some cookies and milk.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely. A lot of cookies and a lot of milk. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what we've got going on. And so, yeah, if you think that you got the stuff, or if you know a grower, and the reason this is a grow competition is because we're giving you the genetics. You're all going to grow the same genetics off the same mother plant
In the same amount of time.
and you have the same timeline to grow it in, the same deadline, and so you have to be able to pick out the best plant,
Best phenos, best nutrients.
best phenos, yeah, and it's your grow style. I don't care if you
Yeah.
grow hydroponics, aquaponics,
You can grow
in soil, in
right.
cocoa.
And what indoor, outdoor?
It doesn't matter. I don't care. Grow it
It's going to
however
be
you
the
wanna do
clash
it.
of the titans, man.
Okay, yeah. So it's your grow style. This is a growers competition. We want to see the growers. That's why we all are using all the same genetics,
Yep.
and it's a stable genetic. So we want that to be to showcase the grower's ability not only to bring the plants home on time and stay in that window, but also because it's the same variety, we're going to very easily see who put the love into it and
Yeah.
who has that skill and that eye to pick the best plant, to let it go to the perfect ripeness.
Feed it the right nutrients,
Everything
everything,
it
you know.
needs, yeah.
Know how
Good
to
for
rub
you,
that
you wanna
stock,
say.
to smell, and make sure it got that
Yep,
right terpene
yep,
profile you want in
absolutely.
different stages.
On your stem rub and
Yeah.
all that, yep. And
Yeah.
you know, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the killer growers out there, man. So
Well, I think Missouri's up for the challenge.
I
After
think
what
so.
we saw and what people presented, definitely Missouri.
Brother,
you
we're
guys are up for the
farmers here,
challenge.
man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are used to farming
Yeah.
until giving that love to that
so
plant.
yeah, so it's in our blood, and yeah, we're gonna see who's the who's got the goods. So if you know a grower that you know kicks ass, or if you think you have the skill, jump on board. There is going to be an entry fee. We'll
Yep.
be announcing that because we're still trying to figure out. We've got to figure out some costs, and so that we
Testing
can know what
isn't
it's going to
free.
be. Yeah, testing isn't free.
But there's some good prizes too. Those
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think the
great
the
prizes.
prizes outweigh the costs. I'm
I
sure.
agree 100%.
And
you know,
it's good PR branding.
Yep.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And bragging rights.
Yeah,
man.
You can actually say you were an artist in a dank if you win this.
how many years
you know?
have people had to be closet growers here? I
According
mean,
to-
literally. I
yeah,
mean,
according
and
to-
now
yeah.
that they can freely grow this,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
It's amazing.
And there's a lot of people that had to keep their knowledge and stuff because
Yes.
they didn't want to get busted
Yeah.
in prison. But
And
now,
I know things
now
aren't-
they got a chance to shine.
And I know things
Right.
aren't perfect with our system and everything in Missouri, and I'm just going to address an elephant in the room. I know things aren't perfect with our current medical system, and things probably aren't going to be perfect with, you know, any kind of rec system, no matter what system it is that comes on board or adult use system.
There'll be flaws
But you know
in
what?
whichever
I
happens.
do sleep easy at night, knowing that I'm not going to have my door kicked in at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the drug enforcement team come in and shoot my dogs, throw my kids in the
Yeah.
floor, take them out of the house and take them off to foster care and take me to jail and take my wife to jail and fuck my whole life completely up. So I'm thankful for that. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to, you know, it is what it is. Things could be a lot worse.
Yeah,
but,
they could.
you know, anyway.
We could be in Kansas.
We have
You be around, was it across
Thank
the
God
river?
we're not in Kansas
Where is it?
anymore,
Across the river?
Toto.
Where is it? Because
Yeah,
I've been
it's
telling my
across-
wife because I
it's
don't
across the
actually want to
street.
wind up over there.
Right
You
across the
cross,
river.
you cross a street. There's certain
State
streets
line.
you cross.
There's a
Yeah.
street
Oh,
called
wow.
state line. If you cross state
Yeah.
line,
One house-
it is literally
And
the
I'll bet
state
you,
line.
are there
Is there
Kansas
a
cops that are
house,
sitting there waiting
There
for people
might
to
be,
do?
man.
It depends on where you're at, maybe.
I always travel clean when I go to
Yes.
Kansas, so you know.
And it's seriously one house on one side of the street is a Missouri resident. The other side of the street's a Kansas
Oh,
resident.
so you'd be like, yo, you having a sucky day?
yeah.
Standing outside McDonald's, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
Because McDonald's is on Missouri. So,
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so yeah, so
And isn't it crazy how these laws are?
Yeah,
Things
it
need
is.
to
It's
change.
ridiculous.
The
Yes.
fact that can be the case where the neighbor across the street can be smoking a joint, but yet this person
if
can't.
you do it, you're going
It's
to
the
get
same thing
hammered.
with, yeah. It's the same with, this is our medication. A lot
Yeah.
of us, this is our true medication. And wherever we travel around the world, our condition travels with us. It doesn't stay at home. So why can't our medication come with us?
Right.
Doctors
Exactly.
prescribe this. These people that write our scripts, they have to get, certified by the federal feds, all that. Same people that write
Yep.
Vicodin and all these painkillers. Exact same government that they are
Yep.
under. These doctors are.
Right.
Why is it that you can travel anywhere around the world with Vicodin and all this other crazy ass stuff and do more harm to your body, but yet this plant that's been put on
Right.
this planet for a
Cannabis, you
reason?
can't.
You can't.
And
that is just so
It's
wrong.
stupid.
It's stupid.
agree.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's our government that had their heads up their ass for so long. I'm allowed to cuss on the show, right?
Yeah, I don't
Fuck
know.
no,
what-
you're not.
But forgive
I don't
Sister
know.
Mary.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we got the nuns standing over here that they can't
Okay.
see. I figured they were the next guests, but
Right.
no, it's good.
The dabbing nuns.
The dabbing nuns. Look at Stuart's going, where?
Dabbing nuns. That's awesome. So,
Thing now.
You never know around here.
But
Stuart's over there waiting to get on the news. He's got
yeah.
some things
I'm
to
just
say.
doing
I
a
think.
little proofreading.
So yeah,
Good.
but man, you're right, dude, and that's one of the things that we really on our platform we really are just trying to break the stigma. You know, we don't get caught up in the drama. We don't do the BS. If it's negative, we really don't want it. You know, so we keep it positive. Even with the politics, we're going to keep it positive.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into bashing this side or bashing that side
No.
because that's not our vibe. Okay,
No, it's-
we teach positive.
Yeah.
Educate people. Let them know what's there in a pragmatic manner, and then they'll see who we back by what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let them
lead
make
by
their
example.
own choice.
Lead by
I'm not
example,
trying to
and lead by
force
what
anybody
you.
to
Yeah.
think. Right.
If they want to follow you and listen to you and learn from you, okay.
Absolutely.
If they want to make a
Right.
different decision, and that's what it's about. Freedom. Straight
Freedom.
up freedom.
Freedom of thought,
Freedom of thought,
choice.
everything. There you go.
And with that, we're going to give Stuart
His
some freedom to tell you like it is with the news. Go to the news.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
It's time for the Top Shelf Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Top Shelf Weekly Update. I'm Stuart Wells. The IRS's, quote, taxpayer advocate, an agency I can only assume created to advocate to the IRS on behalf of taxpayers. Anyway, whatever the reason, taxpayer advocate is reminding us of the almost paradoxical challenges that face state legal cannabis, that state legal cannabis businesses face in regard to banking under the unjust federal cannabis laws that are currently in place. In a blog post published this morning by the independent agency under the IRS, explained that cannabis companies are still obligated to pay federal taxes, but are barred from deducting expenses that other industries can claim because of the federal government considers cannabis a strictly controlled Schedule I substance. National tax advocate Erin Collins didn't call for a specific policy change, but she did acknowledge efforts in Congress to enact legalization or at least protect banks that work with state legal businesses from being penalized by federal regulators. The right. Yeah, except that they can't get anything done. That's the Safe Banking Act. We'll get to that again. The agency said the purpose of the news post was to, quote, shed some light on the frustrations encountered by a growing segment of the business taxpayer population, the growers, distributors, and retailers of cannabis-related products, and educate them on federal tax law. It's a pretty serious situation operating a cannabis business under the current federal policy. Cannabis businesses face many burdens, even completing a physical act of paying because they have to deposit cash at a specific IRS site that can handle cash flow. That could be a very dangerous situation, as we all know, and is completely asinine. We have needed the Safe Banking Act since legalization was enacted. Everybody has. We will need it a great deal more when adult use cannabis laws are enacted here at home. That being said, the dreaded citizen petition. The petition absolutely bursting with signatures of the uninformed. That's what bothers me the most about this whole thing. The citizen petition can be a great tool to assert the will of the people. I'm just afraid in this case that those signing were not fully informed. If they were, they would have made a different choice. I'm almost sure of it. At any rate, on Sunday, Legal Mo 2022 turned in 385,000 signatures to the state. In order for the petition to see the ballot come November, they will need 171,592 of those to actually be validated. John Payne said in a press release, quote, this widespread and enthusiastic show of support from the people of Missouri exceeds our expectations. Sorry. I think I just threw up on my mouth just a little bit saying that. Here's the reason why. I don't feel like the true will of Missouri, of the Missouri cannabis community, is being represented at all. This was never anything more than a mathematical equation to them. They were able to throw enough money at this to get people to come here to our state from other states. They didn't know or care about the details of the initiatives that they were gathering signatures for. They were professionals. They only cared about making money. A citizen-led initiative should be led by Missouri citizens. In my opinion, there should only be Missourians on the front lines. But anyway, our final story tonight. I had no idea that this was a concern, but evidently working in the cannabis industry in Canada does not automatically bar you from entering the United States. Evidently some were worried. This information comes to us from a recently disclosed document from Customs and Border Protection. That way you know it's true. That is confusing to some because it directly contradicts what top officials with the agency told the media following the legalization of cannabis in Canada in 2018. Previous statements from the CPB made it seem like it was a codified policy within the agency that those who work directly with cannabis or in ancillary markets would be permanently barred from visiting or immigrating to the U.S. regardless of legalization in Canada. But the unredacted guidance says otherwise. Attorneys obtained this document through a Freedom of Information Act request. Because there are some legal nuances to these guidelines, attorneys are still encouraging Canadians connected with legal markets to seek counsel before attempting to travel to the U.S. because a lifetime ban is still an unfortunate possibility. So, tonight's words of wisdom will not come as a shock to most of you because you understand. It'll be short and sweet, and here it goes. Don't fuck with Dusty Burgess. The cannabis community doesn't like that. She's not the one. Thanks, everyone.
This particular facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
But we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs. It's our ethanol extraction process.
Welcome to Cocoa Labs.
I say, then go buy one.
But,
Then go buy- I need one. I say, go get one.
Yep, I just need to go get it.
Just go get it, dude.
Do it.
Tiny hard drives.
What's up, everybody?
Y'all like that, right?
Oh my God,
I know you
dude.
did.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. Dusty,
Yeah.
solidarity, baby.
Right? Yeah, I like that. Don't fuck with Dusty.
Don't fucking does it.
Don't
Good
fuck with
report. You had me laughing over there. Some of it.
Oh my
Okay, I
God.
guess we
He's
gotta
got
go a
his
little
own
longer.
Did
hashtag,
see your
man.
dab in there.
I know, I gotta go a little
Snooze
longer.
my
It's right there.
news.
It's a little one.
Sue's my
No,
news.
wait.
I gotta get more than that.
What are you doing?
So I didn't know that. So Canada changed it. So if they, our U.S. changed it, they will let people from Canada come in
Evidently,
if
there
they.
was a Freedom of Information request, and there was a document that had a bunch of redactions in it, and then they were able to get it unredacted.
Cool.
And it is their opinion that it's still really on shaky grounds, though. If you tell them like you want to work with the that you're looking to do this or that, they will just. I think they'll still bar you, but
Yeah.
there are certain instances.
They
where
won't let
now-
me and my wife or any of my friends if they're with me in Canada.
Oh my God.
Oh no! I mean, they open up the hood, get the dog walking around our engine. They take off our glasses and sit there and start going like this
Oh
and
my
checking them for. I mean,
Well, you know they got those sweet
Wow.
glasses
'Cause
that
I-
hold a blunt. Somebody
yeah.
was just actually. I was just.
Now, why wouldn't they want you in Canada?
I don't know.
I know,
Because back
right?
in the day, I tried to.
Is your
I
name
went,
on a list?
yeah, it's because I got before it got all legal and stuff. I went over there to visit Bubble Man, BC Bubble Man. He makes the bubble bags and all that. Spent some time with him there, and I was honest with him. I'm like, yeah, I'm. Plus, I was buying into this magazine called International Canographic, and you asked me an honest question. I'm gonna give you an honest answer, and I told him why I was coming over and all this shit. And they're like,
Yeah, man,
oh,
it's all cool, right?
No,
Fuck no, it's not cool, man. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly, pretty much. So I had to sneak into Canada. So I have been
Oh, you had to
snuck
backpack in? I saw some
backpack
high
in,
times.
something like
There was a
that.
movie about that. A
Oh my
kid that
gosh.
did that. He backpacked stuff across the border.
But
I think a
anyway,
lot of people were
That's
doing
hilarious.
that.
because I've been like Bubble Man and a few other people reached out to me from Canada and wanting us to bring our squash out there.
Oh,
they
really?
even love it there because
Hell yeah.
they see we do it in Amsterdam, which we're supposed to do in September. They see us do it in Mexico, which I think is in
Dude, can we go to
November.
Amsterdam for the Amsterdam
November.
squash all
I
right?
November.
would love to go to Amsterdam.
When's the Amsterdam squash
Amsterdam,
off?
September. First, we're doing the Jack
Wait,
Herrera
you
Cup.
say November?
September.
September,
Is that
beginning
when
of
the
September.
cup, the cannabis
I'm
cup
reading
is?
all the guesses.
I don't know if our Pat.
We might have them this time, man.
We might have them.
Tyler Dillon got it.
Who did?
Tyler Dillon.
Tyler
I didn't
Dillon.
see what is
Okay,
Wait,
so
he noticed.
he noticed that we moved,
oh.
we changed the dab rigs over.
That's just
Dude,
crazy.
Our
Okay, so
fans don't
that's-
play.
Tyler
dude.
Dillon.
We have yet to stump them.
And they
serious.
say us
Blueberry
stoners
Kush.
are that we can't
And the
focus, we
dip
can't do
device.
this. And look at
Uncle
that.
Stoner and Deb.
Yes,
I got that right, didn't
yes.
I? Oh my God, can
Perfect.
you believe it?
Dab.
Dab.
I got
It's
dab,
like
dab,
dab. It's like
dab, and dab.
dab.
Threw in
dip.
this dip device. And so second, yeah, awesome. So you get those seeds in that
Yep.
dip device.
Oh, and I forgot to give this to you.
And always remember,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
these seeds are given out as souvenirs.
Yeah, I hope
They're not to
everyone
be meant
remembers
to be
that.
germinated, so be very careful and
Nice.
do not get them in water. And whatever you
Yeah,
do, don't
no-
soak them in a paper towel.
Yeah, no.
Don't get
Don't.
them near soil. They will
Yep.
germinate, and you will have
Yeah, yeah.
cannabis plants growing.
Yeah, so please.
So,
Yeah,
I
thank
don't
you.
do it,
That's
just
thank
don't
you.
do it, you know?
I'm glad you put that warning
I
out
know,
there because
dude.
I was about to, man.
mean, some
I was
people
getting really
might
worried.
accidentally
People
drop it.
stumble right into
It's a
But
natural.
you
You
gotta
know,
be
or
extra
you'll be out,
careful.
you'll be outside planting your tomato plants or whatever, your lettuce.
Yeah.
They'll have them in your pocket and they'll fall out.
Oh yeah.
Back where
I've
where
heard
I
that
grew up,
before.
it was a cornfield.
Yeah.
The corn in the garden, behind the corn, because corn grew high enough where if you knew what you were doing, you could keep them low and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Especially if you had a good indica dominant variety,
Oh, yeah.
you know, that didn't like to go 14 feet
Yeah,
tall.
yeah.
Good
Not like the
grief, dude.
sour diesels and stuff like that. Yeah.
I got the honor of getting an I dabbed out with Uncle Stoner sticker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you got one too. No, you got yours. You did.
You didn't get an I dabbed out with
I don't have mine.
You did. Well,
I
you
didn't
might have
get
got
one.
so medicated and that you had it.
We were all very, very medicated.
You know, that was a
day.
crazy ass day.
It was.
That
A,
was-
I feel left
dude,
out.
that's crazy. No,
maybe you'll have to dab out
Yeah.
with them after
We'll
the
dab
show.
it out.
It's quite
I'll
an
dab out with you
experience, so
later
the
and-
sticker's really important.
Yeah.
I know you didn't. I thought you dabbed out with me at the
You know what
event
else
or
is cool?
sometime.
I gotta just say this while I'm doing this.
See?
This nectar collector's
That's gonna go on
badass.
my cup. I don't have my cup up here right now. But
Right.
that's gonna go on my cup.
It's a little bubbler, and you can't spill it.
Yeah.
If you put just the right amount of water in
And
it,
you
you
know
see
what?
that? I don't know if you can see that, but
I
I can
heard
just move
that,
it anyway. I did get a drip
I heard
out.
that Danny
but
Kinnison has
you don't go
some of
crazy
those
with it.
For sale.
Yeah.
Out of Nasty Glass. I heard he has a couple of those for
Yeah.
sale out there. So if you want one of these badass dab rigs,
Yeah.
With the logo on it,
There's
with our
two
squash
in
off
the
logo.
city, but
and
then
you
they
said
can
that
order though
you could
when those
actually
sell out.
get a bowl for them, right?
Yeah, there's
banger?
yeah.
Like we
If
did
you
some
go
of
on
the other ones.
Nectar Collector,
website, yeah.
nectarcollector.com, nectarcollector17.com.
Yeah, just find something
You'll
with
see
that
it. Yeah, no,
spread
they have it.
because-
It's attached. It's just like that. It screws in. It's a little bowl. So you can do a little, banger, a little banger.
That's really cool.
Don't they have a flower attachment for
They have
it
a
too?
flower attachment too
Wow,
for them
that's
as well. I mean,
What?
no,
Yeah.
Christian and his whole
Yeah.
team, they really got him. But
I
this,
feel like I accidentally
that one I really love. When
bought
it first came out, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That
have
is
it.
really cool.
All right.
You know,
This is
and that's
I will
what our
say,
judges
this is
use
not a-
too.
This is not a cheap piece either. This is heavy. It is very, very well put together. I just want you to know that.
Screws in
as
even?
I'm trying to catch these threads. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's a real easy piece and stuff to carry around and transport.
Well, and like
They
you
got-
can just like hold it. You can just like
So-
sit here. You
Yeah.
can hold it. That's
You know
all
what?
I like.
I want to interrupt, and only because I want to talk about something that's really cool, and I know is a big part of your life. You know, and you guys both have a relationship with a person who like I mean, I don't even know what to call the guy. Okay, they made movies about him. When Johnny Depp's playing you in a movie, dude,
Right.
you're somebody. Okay,
Right.
I mean, and because why? Because you were a criminal? No, because of the injustice that was done to you in your life. Yeah. So, and we're talking about Boston George.
Yeah. And you know what? He would have never gotten
A
busted
Blow,
for
right?
cannabis.
The
Yeah,
movie
the movie Blow. Johnny Depp plays Boston George Young. And if George would never got busted the first time for cannabis and went to jail, prison, and met,
Right.
his, Pablo's right hand man, and
Right.
then all of a sudden, he would have kept him with cannabis because he
Right.
made millions. People don't understand. He was smuggling when he started doing cocaine. He already was smuggling cannabis for 15 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
wow.
And the movie makes it look real quick.
Sure,
No, 15
yeah.
years.
Right.
So I consider him a grandfather of a lot of some of these genetics that we have here today.
Oh, sure.
Just
Yeah,
because
because
he
it-
was bringing them here.
Yeah, bringing them here, a lot of that stuff, all has seeds
You know
in it
it,
and stuff
yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And a lot of us people were like, ooh, I like that. I like this. How makes me feel. I like how this one makes me feel. Oh, 2 seeds.
Right.
And then, they start growing them and they start breeding them and stuff. And so I consider him one of the grandfathers that brought in.
It's kind of
some
like
cannabis.
that butterfly effect.
Yeah.
He was kind of the drop in the water
Right.
that created the ripple,
Yeah.
And that's really cool. And we got some pictures of you,
Yeah, go bring a picture
and
of
I
one.
just think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. Yeah, that one there was.
Did I take that?
Is there a little story behind that one?
That was at Was that a
That
challenge?
was at one of the shows. George, he wanted to just get out there and meet people in the cannabis world, right? And do shows and just get back to doing things. He didn't know
Enjoying
what-
life a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
he didn't know what to do after he got out of prison.
He knew he'd never be as rich as he was,
Right,
but,
yeah.
but he still wanted to be able to enjoy life because he loves talking to people and telling his stories and learning. He was a very smart man, and he absorbed stuff real quickly. And
Well, I mean,
he wanted
you
to get
can't
out there
run
and see
that
that.
kind of business
Yeah.
without being pretty smart.
Yeah,
right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
yeah, he absolutely was.
To run 15 years without getting busted and
Yeah.
staying alive
You know.
and everything.
And then a lot of people.
Yeah, by
Oh, I
bringing
was-
stuff in by airplane. Like we're not talking about
Yeah.
bringing it down the street.
Right.
Here's a quick funny story. He's bringing it in one time. The plane catches on fire. He lands it, jumps out, just starts walking.
away.
No, not even running away. Just kind of walking away like casual.
Gotta go.
All of a sudden, these fire trucks come, and he goes. These people are like, "What's going on?" He goes, "I don't know. I guess that plane caught on fire." And he sees a stewardess, and he walks up to the stewardess and says, "Hey, are you going into town?" She's like, "Yeah. Can I get a ride?" Nope. You got to ride with her.
It's been a hell of a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff like that. I mean, things that he's done.
Wow.
Most people only
Yeah.
see in movies. He lived a good life. I mean, it's sad that he passed away. It's been a year now, just recently.
Yeah, and that's what kind of brought this up,
Yeah.
because, you made the post, and, I mean, I don't know the guy. I never met him. I didn't have the pleasure, I just know that he was... I described him as a maverick. I don't know what else you could say. He
was something else.
blazed the trail.
There was no DEA until he started doing what he did.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
started DEA
nice.
because of him. I mean, and he
That's
had
a
millions. I mean, he learned to
legend
start
status.
weighing
Right.
his money.
They're creating whole
They didn't
Yeah,
have time to count it, but they knew how much a
knew how to
pound
weigh
weighed,
it.
how much this weighed.
Right.
He still before up to the day he died. You ask him how much is $1 million. He could tell you exactly
How
how much
it
that
weighed.
weighed,
Yeah.
because that's the way they had to do it. Because he had houses with just
That's unreal.
filled with just boxes of money.
Wow.
That's
He
unreal.
died pretty much penniless.
Yeah,
Sadly.
pretty
Isn't that ironic,
Yeah,
And again, like you said, we talked about that earlier today. If he had never been busted for cannabis, had cannabis not been illegal,
Yeah.
and he had never been busted for trafficking cannabis, he never would have met the guy that drug him into the cocaine business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He never would have met the guy. It was a complete coincidental incident.
Yeah,
that-
because they busted him for
Right.
cannabis.
Well,
Yep.
for those who don't know, like the movie made us show like he went to prison for those 21 years for all that cocaine on the table.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was in fact fabricated. That was
False.
not.
When
the
you
case.
showed me that
I
document
did show
today.
you the document.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have that on there?
I
Okay.
got the document.
But there is a document. His
Yeah.
police release.
Yeah.
I have a copy of the
Yeah.
document.
But it was like a count of coercion,
Not a copy of the
like 3
document, but-
counts of marijuana possession with intent to distribute, and
No
like,
cocaine. It was cannabis that was
something
on the
else.
table.
Yeah.
So the movie completely flipped it and
That part.
made it look like it was all
Gave it more
cocaine, but it
story.
was really
Yeah.
cannabis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hollywood
Yeah.
magic.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Which
else.
is what we can always count on
Yeah.
with Hollywood.
Just
So,
so we know. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks, Alex.
spoiler
so he
alert.
went to prison for cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah.
25 years of his life.
23.
21.
21.
Sentenced 21 years.
And one of the most heart-wrenching parts about it is that his daughter wasn't able, for whatever reason, never came to visit him while he was locked up.
There was,
And that's the other thing. They made it look like she was still young when he got locked up. No, she was already like,
she was
I mean,
like she was already.
at least 17, 18. I mean, yeah, she was a
When-
teen,
when he
but
got
she was no
locked up.
young girl. I mean,
Right.
she almost 18 or so. I mean,
She was old enough to know
So
him.
it wasn't
Yeah.
that kind of failed promise like
Yeah.
they made it look in the
you
movie.
made it look in the
and all
movie.
that.
And the money he made from the movie, he gave to her.
Really?
And she,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
But,
Did what
she,
people
she
do
lived
with money.
life. She lived life with
She
it.
lived
Yeah.
life. She helped her kids.
Sure.
Do what she
Yeah.
had to do.
But I was blessed to be
It's
able to.
interesting. Yeah,
There's some more pictures, isn't
Yeah.
there? Don't we have throw some
Yeah.
more pictures up there?
Go
This is
picture number
cool.
2.
it's just funny how
There
George
you go.
took
Yeah,
to
that was
when
that
they
was
first
okay.
met.
He just got out of was that?
No, that was at his birthday
but
party.
also was in
And
yeah,
on
his
4th of
birthday-
July.
4th of July, and there's Omar Ruiz. He's a famous Mexican singer, and he does a song called El Americano. That's about George, and it was #1 for a while. I mean, it's still
Wow.
up there in the charts, but he still performs for big crowds and
Sure.
stuff. But he came there, him and his band, and they set up on the porch there, and they performed
They
the
played
song.
that.
And
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And I got a
That is
lot.
awesome.
I got so much behind the scenes footage of that, and then also when they were filming the docu-series that hopefully it'll come out there soon.
Someday.
I got a lot of behind the scenes footage of
Right.
that all going on and stuff. So.
And kind of, I mean, you had it when you were at the B420. You told me about a jacket that he gave you.
Oh yeah, so in the docu-series and then and in his life he had this favorite trench coat. And when he passed away, that's one of the things I inherited from him.
Oh, nice.
And his wife actually drove to Michigan and delivered it to me.
Oh, wow.
Rhonda. Yeah, she's yeah.
Cool. That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course,
a hell of a
Rhonda and
story.
his story are outrageous because she rode him for 14 years in prison. So that's how they met. And so when he got out of prison, first time seeing her, and then they were together from then all the way till when he
wow.
passed. I mean,
Wow.
there's a few times that she went off to see her kids or this or that, or he had to go film somewhere.
Sure.
But yeah, so she, they were
How long
together all
ago
the
was
time.
that he passed away?
Last year.
A year.
And then
Wow.
Pretty
Just
recent.
over a year.
Okay.
Just over eight-
Literally just
yeah.
over a year ago.
And so if you were smoking, good
Acapulco
Mexican-
Gold. Acapulco Gold.
good Mexican weed back in the day, like the late 70s, early 80s,
He had a lot to do
you
with it.
probably inadvertently bought it from Boston George.
Yeah.
Because he smuggled it
Same
in,
with
and you can
Jamaican-
thank him for
Jamaican weed,
Jamaican
too.
bud too. He,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
not just. I mean, he.
Afghanistan. He flew out of Afghanistan.
Like in the 80s,
A lot
yeah.
80s. A lot of people
Yeah.
realize he brought stuff from Afghanistan, not just Mexico.
cushions then, yeah.
He flew his own
Jamaica.
planes to Afghanistan.
Sometimes he would steal them because
Still,
you know,
Oh, right.
Or
Just go
some-
grab
yeah.
one.
apparently
yeah.
you don't
From
need
the
keys
hangar.
for a plane,
You don't need a
so-
keys for a plane. So,
Right.
yeah,
if you know a little something.
That's
and remember the tracking system.
Yeah, I don't even go check on my plane ever.
I'm a rich person.
Yeah.
Right? I guess it was quite a bit
I
different.
mean, yeah, it was
a
different then.
different world
And,
then.
Yeah.
and
Well,
he-
I mean, he did what he had to do.
But
Whether you condone his actions
Yeah.
or not, fact of the matter is, thankfully for guys like him that paid the price, we were able to get quality medication and quality, I mean, of course, when we were 15, 16 years old, it wasn't medication to us. We were just partying.
We were partying. We were
We
getting
didn't
high.
realize, what we were moving for, but
Right.
yeah, we were smoking his weed, and I mean that is just
100%.
it's awesome, and so.
Oh,
Wheel of
Dank.
Dank.
Yep,
Is that
Taylor called
giveaway?
it.
So for the
Yes.
Wheel of Dank, we got buds, and then we got a
it's a
non-stick
It's a mat.
silicone mat.
Eight
Ooh.
by
Dab Nation.
11.
So,
Dab Nation.
Dab Nation Matt.
Yeah.
all right.
Go ahead and bring that wheel up.
Sauvignon blueberry cushions.
Oh my god, that's like a casino wheel.
Yeah.
Love it.
So this is everybody tags somebody at the beginning of the show and they get on the wheel of dank.
Who's gonna do it?
And that's how they get on.
Oh,
tag someone.
well, Mindy. I
Mindy
thought that was
Mindy.
Mindy. All right.
All right. A new name.
Yeah, new name. I don't recognize Mindy. I
Ah,
recognize him.
Kayla.
Hey,
Be this
be
week.
nice to Kayla.
No, we
She
love
did
Kayla.
call it. Kayla was like, Kayla said, Wheel of Dank's about to go off.
Yeah, I saw that.
I like the wheel.
Yeah.
She knows
I
the
haven't
time,
been at
so.
the casino lately,
So,
so
yeah.
it's fun to watch.
Well, we've
Right.
got to. We can't tell.
a
We've
dab
got,
mat
I like
and
cheap
these
thrills.
genetics. You guys,
Yeah, congratulations.
Remember, send us a message.
yes.
Send me a
Stuart
message.
If he doesn't
Me,
get
my
you your shit, send a message to the page because it forces him to panic.
I don't ever panic about free
If
shit.
that doesn't work,
But-
I'm
send
just
a letter
kidding.
in the mail.
No.
No, send it to me so I don't lose it.
Yeah,
Because
so-
it gets lost when it goes to the page because it's 2 pages and it's just a mess.
So what do you got coming up, brother? Tell us about it.
When is our next squash off? What is it? We got one in Virginia. We got Maine coming up. We got Maine and Maine.
Don't worry,
We
Kayla, I
got
got you.
higher education in Maine. We're gonna be doing one there. Higher
This doubles
education is
as
a
a
big old
weapon,
music
too. We
festival and our squash
What part of
off.
Maine?
Ooh,
That's
Do
a
you
good
know?
question.
that's a good question. I just got.
I feel like they told us and I might not have.
I have inadvertent relatives in Bar Harbor
Okay,
on the
I
island.
was just excited that it was Maine.
Okay.
Right, it's
I mean,
very
yeah,
pretty up there.
yeah.
I know you're gonna have
Very
some
I'm
lobster.
curious about
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
cannabis.
gotta get some
They
lobster.
have good seafood. How's their weed?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna
See how
find
now.
out.
Yeah.
That's not a risk I'm necessarily willing to take.
What?
Just going somewhere. No, no.
Oh.
You know the seafood's good. They got a reputation for it, but I'd have to find out the reputation of the weed, or else I'd have to figure something
I
out.
know they got some growers up there.
Find
They got
out.
some good
We
flower
We
up
hear they
there
have
too.
growers.
I just don't know when I'm ignorant to the
So,
region.
You
See,
know what?
that's
As
what
a
I'm.
baby, we have
Yeah.
Hey, you get real OG Kush. It's
We're
ocean
gonna go
grown,
find
man.
out.
Anywhere in Maine, it'd be ocean
Lobster,
grown.
though.
Is that where the
Maine
lobster?
compost?
Oh, Coast of Maine lobster compost.
I mean, you're great.
All right, all right.
That's the backyard.
I'm sold. You tell me lobster compost, I'm there. That shit's fire.
Right?
It's good stuff, man. I
We
like
have
the
that coming up.
Coast
We
of
have
Maine.
And then September we got also right after
to
that.
Amsterdam.
We go to Amsterdam. We're judges for the Jack Herrera Cup. Plus, we're doing a squash off in conjunction with them on the second day there in
Top shelf
Amsterdam.
trip to Amsterdam.
And then
Sounds
from
got a nice ring to it.
then we
It
come
does.
then we come back.
I don't hate it.
We're gonna be in the Boston area for a
Boston
week.
Freedom
doing
Rally?
then we got the Boston Freedom Rally on the 17th.
Which
we'll be
is
doing a
huge.
squash off.
Huge.
Huge event. Yeah, very big event. Great time there.
And I mean, I honestly, I gotta give a shout out to just the city of Boston for letting it happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Boston, thank you guys. Yeah.
good times.
No,
That's
it's
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. From that, we have Mexico, and then Christmas. Then we have Christmas, and then January 2nd, we're going off to Colombia for
We got some
few months for
things
the
to
winter.
check out.
We're gonna go check out the
You're
land.
gonna go live
check,
there.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
live there for 3 or
Hell
4
yeah.
months. We're gonna check out the different
Okay.
Maybe right
genetics and
before you
strains
guys
they
go,
have there.
you should come out for our New Year's Eve party.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
Growers Cup announcement. That's right before
Oh,
you
that's
guys
possible.
leave.
I mean,
That's possible. We're
may
gonna
have
be
to work
around.
that
I
out.
know.
Yeah.
The invite's there.
Yeah.
So we understand.
Hey, it's
your
only
business.
7.5 hours
So,
away if we drive.
You
It's
know
a
what?
nice
I'm going to
drive.
put you on
Sounds
the
like a
spot
pain in
here,
the ass.
brother.
All right.
I'm gonna put
More
Uncle
than just
Stoner
now?
on the spot.
I better do a
And
quick
just-
dab.
Yeah, do a quick dab. You're
Go ahead.
gonna no.
Yeah,
I
really
can
gets your
listen,
heart
bro.
racing. That's what I like.
I want you to drop some knowledge on us about whatever your heart tells you to drop. And yeah,
On our community.
Yeah, for our community, man. I mean, let's get some OG knowledge, bro. Just from your heart, whether it's about dabbing, whether it's about cannabis, whatever, man. It doesn't matter.
One thing I've been experiencing lately, I've been thinking is, you know, like a lot of us has been smoking for a lot of years. We're thinking that our tolerance nowadays, when we smoke a lot of this stuff, especially the newer stuff that don't have the old lineage in there and all that, that our high doesn't last as long. It's not because our tolerance builds up, which it does, but also I personally think it's because them old school lineage, which a lot of us, these people have forgotten, they keep on recosting and they forget that. I believe that's why we got high, is because of some of them old school lineages and the terpene profile and everything they have in there. That's my opinion.
Too many polyhybrids today.
Yeah, too many polyhybrids today.
I agree.
Straight up, too many poly. It's, you know, they grow up for name, they package it for pleasing, and
Yep.
because consumers not getting that, they're getting the hype, not the high.
Well, and the problem
Yeah.
with the polyhybrid, if you're looking for a specific, if you go to the dispensary and you buy something and you go, oh, I like this, you know, double purple gorilla cola, you know, I love it, you know, and I want that. And so I go and I actually buy seeds to grow that. Chances of me getting what I smoked at the dispensary are slim and none.
Yeah.
And
faster you learn that, the better.
Yeah.
so, and that's the problem with I mean, like DJ Short's Blueberry. If you buy if you buy 10 packs of DJ Short's Blueberry, and you plant all the seeds, you're going to get 2, maybe 3 varying phenotypes in 50 seeds,
Yeah.
because it's a stabilized
Stabilized
plant.
jet. Yeah, right.
But nowadays, you're going to get 50 different freaking phenotypes
Yeah, a
from
lot.
a polyhybrid.
Right, and a lot of those growers I've seen are just releasing F1,
F1s, not even, yeah.
Right, that's all it
Oh
is.
yeah,
F1s.
they're just
Nowadays, it's all F1s. Back in the day, no, it was stabilized genetics. And that's what we do. We work on stabilized genetics.
And you would test F1s, and then
Yeah.
you would take the F1 and you would go ahead and you would take it on to F2.
Yeah, by
And then you might release that. You might release an F2 if
Maybe,
it worked out
maybe.
good, right? That's
us,
what
we
people-
got ours. A lot of our genetics that we create over in Jamaica are F3s and F4.
So who do you think was the breeder that first like jumped out there and started slinging polyhybrids just to make money? So many of them, huh?
So many of them.
I don't.
I don't, you know, because I know a lot of them, and I
You don't
still
wanna say
respect them.
anyway, dude,
Because
so-
you know
Right,
that's
yeah.
their passion. That's what they want to do. And if people
Right.
want to buy into that and buy that, then that's up to them.
Everybody loves it, and that's what
Yeah.
I say. If you love the pheno hunt,
sometimes it's fun.
polyhybrids are great.
Yeah.
You might
Like-
get a freak that's just
Yeah.
unreal, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Pheno hunting is always great. Like there's a friend of ours, OG Steve. He does his purple tangy, and he's the only one that has his purple tangy, and it is so tangy. But he got it off of Crockett's growing and pheno hunting.
Right.
His. And that's how we did with our Caribbean strawberry. We took strawberry fields, pheno hunted that, and then pheno hunted genetics in Jamaica from growers that have been growing this same genetics for generations,
Nice.
not just, you know, a few years. No,
Right,
generations,
yeah,
exact same
yeah.
strain families, and they let us pheno hunt and stuff.
That's
and,
awesome.
That's awesome.
And I think also
Amazing.
they're a lot more resistant too to
Yeah.
bugs, mold, and
They
stuff.
are.
They're,
Oh, for
you know, these are land races.
Less
They're
finicky.
less finicky and stuff.
Man,
Well, and
me and
land
my-
races in their
I mean-
natural environment on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, that's where they're from anyway, so those
Right,
plants
right.
thrive in that environment.
Right.
Like one of our strains, it was, you know, we pollinated our Caribbean strawberry. It was the high school reunion, yes, the one for the ground pounder.
No.
No.
It was Streetwalker.
Oh, Streetwalker. Well, pollinated that, and we got we got some seeds. Well, One of the friends, she put some of them fell out of her pocket in the grow, and this stuff was
See, it
cement,
really does
lime,
happen.
all this. Six of them fell out of her pocket, so it does happen. So hey, yeah, it does. So and all 6 of them popped. 3 of them males, 3 of them females. We pulled out the
All but the best 2 females.
best 2 females, and that thing is just phenomenal. The roots are going inside and outside because it's natural traits, it's natural land race, its DNA came out and said, this is what I need to do to survive.
Right.
I need to bring this out. This Afghaniness needs to come out, and really, and it is, and people are loving this one. Of course, we only have it in a clone form right now.
So do you think that like too many varying terpenes end up at some point clashing with one another?
Yes, I think so. I think
think
it
it
can. I think it can. I think it can
Can there be too much
overstimulate.
entourage effect?
The wrong people in the entourage.
I'm not a scientist,
Right.
I think it can happen.
I think it could
I'm
happen.
not an expert, but
Right.
because there's so much of the plant that is unexplored.
Right.
And some of these terpenes, they get all mixed together, and you don't get to taste.
And
the
people,
good. You just get this
Right.
one taste.
we
a
leave
certain
out the
taste. You don't get
flavonoids too.
You don't really get that. All
Nobody
that.
pays attention to the flavonoids.
Yeah,
You know,
flavonoid.
and
Yeah.
that's a whole. That's
That's
a
a whole
other
unexplored area.
Right.
It's like outer space.
Outer space. Yeah, or the ocean. How we've only explored 1% of the ocean is kind of this cannabis plant.
Right.
We've only, explored been allowed till now.
Right.
Things are changing.
Oh, and-
so that's why we're learning these
Right
new
on.
things.
It's one of the things we always talk about is, we imagine, look how far we've come so far. With it going, the more it goes legal, the more we're going to find out about it. And we still have, I think we know very, very little of that plant.
Oh, very little.
When we unlock all the
soon.
secrets,
We can,
Yeah.
the thing about it is, we
Yeah.
can take off. A lot of these legal states have already made these strives, so we can take from what they have and move on forward from there. So at least we're not starting at the ground level
Yeah.
where
Right.
the best thing we had was some brown hash
Right.
pressed between 2 hot knives under a bowl. You know what I'm saying?
1972.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Smooth. Yeah.
Hot knifing.
Hot
right?
knifing,
So,
yeah.
but you know what? I'm going to take a quick second and I'm going to address as far as our concentrates that we're releasing. There's some questions asked on here, and the answer to your questions is to the question of are we going to be using our varieties or are we going to be white labeling? We're not going to be white labeling because what you get is exactly what we're telling you you're going to be getting. But yes, we are going to be, we're not.
Cocoa Labs.
Cocoa Labs will be sourcing the concentrates
from the biomass.
the biomass from different resources at this point in time, but only until our varieties are able to come online in the grow op so that they can get those. But that takes time.
Yep.
So they're going to use outsourced biomass to start with. And then, anyway, so we're working on getting our genetics into a grow op, but we have to.
but that's going to happen.
That's going to be, you never know. We'll see.
It takes time.
It's
It
going to
takes
happen.
time. Time and
Right.
development.
These definitely
These
gonna happen.
facilities still have to come online in certain
Yes.
stages. So, yep.
Right.
So we're working on it, man. But so we're not going to be white labeling because we're not changing the name of anything. It's just going to have our label on it. So, but our varieties are coming. I assure you, they are coming and coming as soon as they can. So, other than that,
And they'll have our seal of approval
absolutely.
up until our varieties. Which
We're
are,
actually going to be traveling to Cocoa Labs next week.
Yep.
So stay tuned for some cool footage from that.
Yes,
and
I'm excited.
Other than that, I want to thank you guys for being here.
Yes.
Very much.
Thanks for having us.
And we want to have you again whenever you're in the city. Let us know. We would love to have you guys come back and just hang out.
Yep.
Because there's no way that we can get everything out of
At one time.
you
right?
with a couple hours even. You know what I'm saying? So, and so enjoyed having you, man. It's been awesome.
It was fun being on here, kicking with you guys bringing us out to this event. It was awesome. Looking forward to coming back out here next year and it being bigger and better.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure.
and we plan on it, and
Yeah.
we're already right now working on ideas to make it even more epic than it was before, and so we've got some really cool things planned for next year. So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody that came out there did not have a good time. It was
everybody had
anybody.
a good
It seemed like anybody I
No.
saw, talked to,
Oh, man, it
had
was great.
smiles,
Yeah,
good time,
it
because
was
that
beautiful.
freedom.
Yeah.
That freedom.
Just that one guy who made
us.
us move the food truck, he wasn't having a good time.
No.
Yeah, well,
He was
yeah.
getting on a
wasn't
plane
at
to
the
leave
festival.
though.
Yeah.
He was leaving.
No, he owned one of the buildings,
Yeah.
and we were blocking his
He was
door
trying to
that
leave.
nobody needed to get in or out of.
And he was
So
getting ready to catch a
just
flight
one of
and leave
those-
and go out of town.
Right.
Too.
I think
so
he
was
So you moved it and wait till you left and then put it back, right?
It was literally like a 5-foot change. So it was like,
We
wait,
sent
that's
Stuart to
it.
schmooze it over.
Well, once I found out how easy it was, I was like, hey, food truck guy, think you can move forward just a little bit? And he's like, sure, no problem. And I'm like, fuck. All this
All
that for
stress for
nothing.
no reason.
Yeah.
Man.
So but it was beautiful, and
So cool.
so everything you guys did was beautiful.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to hosting you again. It's going to be awesome.
Can't wait to come
The
back.
second year, people
Oh, yeah.
know what to expect.
We know what to
Yeah.
They have
expect.
time
Yeah.
to prepare.
Everybody learned
And
so
listen,
much.
And the
Really.
first place winner of your competition, as I said, we're going to give a sponsorship.
Absolutely.
They will get an entry into our competition. as
So
well.
get your timing down. Count back from April.
To
I
now.
think this year, 15th is going to
April
be
15th.
April 15th.
Yep.
This next year in 2023.
Yep.
Count your calendar so that you can have your grow coming down at the right time, so that when you bring your material to the squash off, it's at the right peak of terpenes and everything.
Moisture, everything, the heads
so
are
you're gonna
right
have
there.
to put your homework in to win this next year is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, brush up and get yourself ready and be serious about this, man. This is a serious competition, and we had some great growers that showed up and,
Right.
and
Yeah,
showed
no,
out,
it's-
man.
Yeah, there
So-
were no losers
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
my judges, they had a hard time.
Yeah.
They had a hard time.
And it is hard when there's so much good
Dabs.
Yeah.
Medication right there that they
right.
can.
It's hard to figure out,
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, flour, but-
yeah, so polish it up, man. Get ready for next year, and make sure you jump in on our grow off, and we are going to limit it to so many growers.
Entries,
so
yeah.
but we will have all that information later. And until then, well, I guess we'll see you guys. Stay out of the drama if you can.
Yep.
Peace
Peace out,
out.
everybody. Stay
later.
lifted.
Go to
Stay
the,
lifted.
let's go out with the squash off video.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Go ahead.
Everybody, how's everybody doing today? Is this not an amazing event? I mean, come on. Missouri, can anybody think they can actually be here freely doing this? I mean, great progress, but we got a long way to go still. And as people like Vern sits there and go past that barrier, throw this event that keeps it going. So hey, let's get this squash off going.
April, and the strain is gelato cake.
April, all right.
Okay, give it up. Second place.
Kevin Smith.
All right, Kevin Smith.
A lot of different numbers, but there can only be one winner.
Only one.
Double D. Fair Garden. Orange cookie. Orange cookie. Double D. Double D with the orange cookies.
Tampa.
This is Ethan Foster.
Welcome to Cocoa Labs.
We're in Clarence, Missouri.
Welcome to Cocoa Labs.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.